My name is Tomas Romita. I am the founder of Made Clothing, and I'm also a CPA. I got my CPA designation maybe 3-4 years ago, and as soon as I got that, I transitioned into starting my own business. And the business is called Made, or Made Clothing, and we're a Canadian custom menswear company. We make some of the best suits you can get in Canada. What bothered me when I was working in the corporate world was there weren't enough places where you could get a great fitting suit. What we really do is we teach people what it is that will take their wardrobe to the next level, and we also at the same time provide a service that actually manufactures that. You're allowing people to look really great, and they're pretty thankful for that, so it's always a good thing. I knew that I wanted to start my own business. That was a passion of mine. I'd already looked at a couple ideas, but I also had a gut check moment where I realized, there's still so much more I could learn about business. I looked at the CPA profession as something that would do that. It gives you years of business experience, and also once you're done those years, you have these letters behind your main name, which stand for more than just that you're an accountant. It stands for what you've worked towards. It stands for the types of challenges that you can deal with in a business environment, and I knew that that would be a good investment and a good jumping off point to start my own business. The part I actually enjoyed the most, although it was the most trying, was going back and forth between the exams. So you'd have an exam and then you'd go back to work, and you'd have an exam and you'd go back to work. And I found that I learned very much by doing things. So I really enjoyed that, and it's grueling, but it's kind of like at the end of that time, I would have something to show for it. As an entrepreneur, you're basically dealing with uncertainty, and there's no right answer. And if you go about just charging towards the answer first, without considering what's really the question, what's important here, what needs to be solved, you'll get really confused, you'll get frustrated, you'll get tired, and at the end of the day, you still need to figure this out. And when you're going through your exams, your job is to not only solve it, but to set up the problem. And when you do something like that, and you do it as a drill, and you write case after case after case, and you establish frameworks for solving a problem, I think that helps. So establishing frameworks is definitely something that I use now, because it allows you to control the uncertainty and focus on what's important. More and more, I'm finding my designation on the technical side. Now it really is getting down to numbers, and what's the net present value of a lease, and budgeting. And sometimes you do it on the back of a napkin, but you're still doing it. And better as a CPA. I think you look at things differently. And at the end of the day, this is business, right? We're here to be as successful as possible. I'd love to see Made across the country or in other locations as well around the world. Looking back on it, at least, at this point in my life, the CPA to me was basic training. After your education, what are you going to do to kind of transition from academics to pure practice? And I think that blend that a professional designation like the CPA provides, which is partly academic, partly practical, I think is a really good stepping stone.